The destination is on your left. Boggs and Boulders. Arrived.
.44 horsepower ProStar engine. Dual overhead cams with 4 valves per cylinder. On-demand all-wheel drive. Independent rear suspension with 9.5 inches of travel. 11 inches of ground clearance. PVT automatic transmission with high, low, neutral, and reverse. Electronic fuel injection. Oh, and don't forget the gnarly mud tires. Take these ingredients, mix them with man and nature, and you should have a guaranteed great weekend. Well, almost. Meet Philippe and his wife. Earlier that day, Philippe approached me and invited me to go on a night ride with him and his wife and some other fellow campers. There was no way I was going to turn this down.
That's the other group, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a whole line of them as we were coming right next morning.
That's how usually we are. We've usually got like 15 people in a line.
Yeah.
There they are. Alright. Yep.
Now remember, this is my first trip to Boggs and Boulders, or any adventure mud park for that matter. And it's the first time I have taken my new Polaris Sportsman 570 for a full weekend of riding at such a place. So for me, this was exciting. It has been many years since I've been able to get out and just play. And to top it off, it's the first time ever I've done a night ride on a four-wheeler. So yeah, I'm excited. Now, Philippe claims that he has been here quite a bit over the years and he knows the place very well. So I was confident in following him around at night, knowing that I would get home. The problem is he did not account for the fact that they had added about 800 or so acres of new trails, and this would play a very important part later on in the night. What we are riding by now is a natural gas well, but when I first saw it I didn't know what it was. As we approached it from a distance in the dark, all you could see was a fenced-in area with a large flame shooting up into the night sky. My imagination ran wild with visions of Mad Max at the oil refinery. You know, the original Mad Max. I thought maybe this is a place where Boggs and Boulders held big parties, where riders would compete in different contests, pitting their four-wheelers and side-by-sides against each other, if for no other prize than bragging rights. Where beer, loud music, and bright, colorful LED lights created a fantasy-like atmosphere. I imagined hundreds of people having a great time, uninhibited by time or responsibility. But no, it was just a natural gas well, fenced off to keep riders out and prevent those very things from happening. Do what? Oh, yeah.
I'll show you that we're actually going to a cave. We're not just a crazy psycho killer. Bringing out in the middle of nowhere, you know?
There is a cave.
Yeah, this guy and his wife just come up and wanted me to go riding with them. Next thing I know, I'm at a cave.
Yeah. There's a couple steep hills right here.
Give me a beer.
Now, at this point, before we get to the caves, Philippe wanted us to know that there were a couple hills that we needed to go up and down. And he wanted to make sure that we were okay with it. And then we discussed the gearing that we should be using, whether it was two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive or high or low. And then at that point, we just took off and went to the cave. That wasn't bad at all.
No, it wasn't bad. I just
That's not the trail.
If you stop in the middle because people stop on the trail, then you're kind of like, ugh,
yeah.
middle of the hill.
Huh?
Another trail right on up there.
That's what I said. We didn't go down the trail.
Yeah. The other stuff gets a little mucky, mud. So, but it's a good spot that we can kind of hang out and then turn around and go back.
Cool.
So that wasn't too bad, right? So I just don't know
And it gets really dark.
And what?
And it gets really dark.
Yeah. I can fix that.
Don't lose your dog.
Did you lose your sunglasses or something?
Yeah. Yeah, Mom's seen them on the, I think they're on the second hill, but coming back, I think it's the first. Going down.
I thought I saw something fly, but I wasn't sure what it was.
Those are my good, like, nighttime vision goggles.
I just thought something flew up out of it.
I lost my nighttime vision goggles.
It's 2017, but I bought it used.
FYI.
Somebody bought it and put a couple hours on it and decided they didn't want it.
I see them everywhere. Do you
Nice.
see them? I do.
And so they traded it in for a Sea-Doo,
Do a flashlight? I'll show you.
and I got it from the dealership.
Look, it's right there.
What is it?
What do you see?
I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. Is he going to go get the sunglasses?
Thank you.
I seen a pair on the ground. I was like, oh, somebody lost their glasses.
Yeah, those are mine. Those are my nighttime
I should have stopped. I should have got them. Oh, well.
Because I wear contacts, so I have to have those goggles at
Yeah.
night because the dust just
Yeah.
fills my eyes.
I don't have my contacts in tonight. I know how you feel.
I guess they didn't want to spend company with us, huh?
So where's the cave at?
It's right up here. We actually have to go walking in the woods. I'm not going. No, you did not just. Really?
Look, Brian, leave
You
them
just
alone,
did
son.
that?
Oh. I told you about that property I
That
got.
is just the things that my nightmares are made of.
He shoots him
I normally get
with the
babies
BB
too.
gun.
Oh, I'm good with that. Shoot him away. Shoot.
So Philippe had to go back down the trail and find a pair of sunglasses that his wife had lost. While we waited for him to come back, they were fussing over a spider that was hanging in the trees. It was quite interesting. But anyway, when Philippe comes back, we walk up and go into the cave. Now, it's kind of hard to see because it's so dark and the lights aren't really working very well. But at one point, Philippe's wife offered to take a family photo for the family that was with us standing in the cave. And when we did that, we actually lit the cave up pretty good. Oh, there you go.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's good.
Sorry. Look at her, not me.
Cheese.
I don't see anybody.
The daughter or the younger
Just take a
daughter
picture. There you
needs
go.
to come up front or something. She's too hidden. There you go. That's better.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, blinding y'all.
Hey, guy in camo, look up. Stop looking down. Okay, I got you like 6
You
or
good?
7.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, blinding y'all.
But it's good.
Hopefully it's a good picture.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, we've had a couple.
So I gotta climb up there? No.
No, I'm just looking for spiders.
Whoa. Well, what'd you find? A spider?
Not going that way.
You totally
Oh,
did, didn't you?
that's just the rocks. They're scared of the rocks, Jess. Don't worry about it.
Just do not jump.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just carefully go
Well,
down.
if it jumped, it's probably a frog.
Yeah, it's a frog.
If it jumped, it's a frog. No, I know that one's scared of snakes. No, see, snakes don't bother me as bad. They're not biting through my
So,
brain.
now for the fun part, y'all want to follow me in
Yes.
this direction.
Mom, grab your arm.
Like how small is it?
You gotta do this,
You gotta crouch, but you don't have to crawl.
but
Okay,
it's only for about 3 foot.
that's good.
Yeah.
We can handle it.
Crouch, but not crawl.
I can't.
Let's get claustrophobic. On
Alright.
your knees then.
Now, how am I gonna do this with Brittany?
You gotta crouch and do the low crawl. Come on.
Crouch, send the dog through,
Y'all teenagers, let's
and
go.
then you
If
go.
I can do it at my age, y'all can do it at yours. Right?
That's right.
Thank you for not letting me be last, because that was just like
Isn't that creepy to be the last one in line?
panic. Yeah, last one in line without a flashlight too.
Yeah.
Not okay with that. Yeah, watch your head.
This is awesome.
This is the hardest part to go through right here.
Whoa, water.
Once you get through this.
Careful.
Oh yeah, that wasn't.
Mom,
Oh,
can we get a picture right there?
watch for the mud puddle right there, or water puddle or whatever. It'll make your feet slick.
Waiters. There we go. Okay, can I put my head up? Yep.
Would you find a spider?
I don't know what it was. What was that? But I lost my glasses again.
It was probably she stuck her head up and hit something. She stuck her head up too early. So,
Okay, I'm good.
Mom,
I'm
good?
good. I'm good.
then you're like,
That's disgusting. What do you think?
Yeah, all except for that nasty sign.
Well, that's all right.
all right.
That's a good place for a picture.
Not all the way out, Mom.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, we go down that way.
Go out and right. You go out, yeah, and right, and that'll bring us back over where we're.
Yeah, you don't have to go back the way you came.
Just a little bit past the way we were. To the
Which way
right.
do we go?
This way, to the right.
Oh.
Yeah, don't go
To
left.
the right.
Too many grounds tonight.
Hold on. Y'all leave me in the back. Only want to be in the back.
Okay, I thought that was.
We're doing vodka and Jaeger, so.
Oh,
So we got through the cave fairly quick. It's not that big, and well, since you can't see a whole lot, you don't really stand there and stare at it, and you just kind of make your way through. But we got out and worked our way back down to where we parked, and then had a little conversation. Philippe described what he has done with his Yamaha 700 Grizzly. So have you had to do much work to that since you've had it?
At first I didn't, but I do like rack deep water like all the time.
Oh yeah.
In mud.
Yeah.
So it did
That
really
thing's
good.
been beaten up.
But I've done a lot to it. I snorkeled it, radiator relocation on it. I tried a bunch of other stuff like
There's
upgrade
alligators.
fan.
That's called Alligator Pond.
That's not Gator Pond.
I just stand behind the four-wheeler.
I'm just kidding. That's not Alligator Pond. There is an Alligator Pond. That's not it.
It's not Alligator Pond, it's Gator Pond. But most people don't go in there. I go in there.
Either way, I
Have
would
you ever
not go in that water.
Done any damage just taking it down in the water like that?
I've flipped it a couple times.
Tree over there,
But I've always
over
got
there.
it flipped over before a lot of water going out in the intake.
Mm-hmm.
So my intake and belts are all up here. So I had it flipped, and the worst time I got it, I had it flipped it back over, and I got a drain plug on the bottom of my air box. I pulled that, and water came out, but none of it went into the carburetor or engine.
Yeah.
So that was good. Just dirt and water getting pushed in the differentials is the worst part. So I just rebuilt the front diff right before this ride.
Oh yeah.
My rear diff needs it too, but I just didn't have time. So after I get out of this ride, I'm gonna rebuild the rear diff.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, pretty good. The axles, every axle broke except one. So I replaced them with some aftermarket ones that I've been beating the shit out of, and they have not broken.
Really?
Yeah. So after putting these tires, actually I didn't have these tires. I had smaller tires on here, and I broke 3 of the stock axles.
With smaller tires?
Yeah, with their 28s. These
You
are
can
29
ride,
and a halves.
if you
Yeah.
just want to ride, you can ride straight up. That's just hills, and then you can turn around and come right back down.
But yeah, these are 29 and a half, man. These are probably the best tires you can get. Outlaws. They're lighter than most mud tires. And they paddle through mud. Like a lot of people say, oh, they
That's all
dig
you got on
tires.
mine, isn't it?
Thanks, Mom.
You got vampires.
Oh,
I had a
vampires?
buddy that loved vampires. He still loves vampires.
Sometimes I'm still
But
like
a lot
in second
well,
gear
there's different
going 30 and
vampires.
Going, oh,
There's different ones that
my
have
bad.
different bugs. I don't
should
know
probably crank this up
the different
one.
ones. I've never really
Or I'm
been,
like down
you know,
to 10 miles an
into
hour and
those.
I'm still in 4th gear and I'm
But
like, oopsie.
outlaws, they're expensive.
does.
I mean, this
Yeah.
set new,
Unless
it's about
growling
$1,000
at me, like,
Really?
Just tires. But I bought them used with the wheels for $550.
Yeah.
Hey, are you gonna
6
start
years ago.
that? Because that's what we were waiting on. Was
Yeah, I think these were a little over 5.
But yeah, new, right?
Just
Right?
yeah, brand new, just for the tires.
Yeah, so Outlaws, they're really good tires.
This is
My experience are the best ones if you don't, unless you're going up to 37s or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
31 and lower, they're actually they go up to. I think I have 30. I got a buddy that's 34.5-inch Outlaws. But once you get that big, a lot of people put those tractor tires on them,
Oh yeah.
and they go skinny.
Oh
So
yeah.
they dig to the bottom.
Yeah.
Where these paddle through mud whenever there's no bottom.
Yeah.
So they actually scoop. You can kind of see how they kind of concave a little bit here.
Yeah.
So they scoop the mud and paddle you through it versus dig to the bottom and bite at the bottom.
Yeah.
But they're a strictly mud tire. They're not really a trail tire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Obviously, looking at those.
it's like this. You put it on a solid, you know, like pavement or something,
Yeah.
and it's not a very fun ride.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta
This
be
is
careful.
bad here. I won't even drive this on like solid pavement.
Yeah.
I've got an extra set of tires that are all terrains that if I'm going to the mountains or something like that, I'll swap them out. Because these are just,
I'll go so much
I'm not
better
going
any
to
day.
wear them out. These actually have less wear on the backs. You can see how they're more blocked here. You can see they're still worn.
Oh
You
yeah.
see they scoop. So they scoop the mud and paddle you.
Yeah.
A lot of those tractor tires, they're really skinny and tall, and they go to the bottom and
Yeah.
they grab the bottom.
Yeah.
So there's different ideas. I just, your axles, people, these new monster freaking razors are just ridiculous, and they rut everything out so bad. So
Oh no.
these work pretty good. I've been happy with these.
Well, see, that's what I'm thinking about trying to get after I pay the truck off is that high lifter razor.
Okay, yeah. I got a couple buddies that had a couple of those. They're good. The high lifter ones come with different gear ratios too in the transmission.
Yeah.
You know, like wheels and tires, you can change that, but the gear ratio and the double reverse chain is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because the other ones has a single reverse chain, and that's what you break when you're trying to back out of stuff.
Mhm.
You break that reverse chain, so they put a double row.
Oh,
chain
really?
in it. Yeah, in the high lifter one. And I think it's geared. I'm pretty sure it's gear lower.
Yeah,
And
I was
come
reading about it.
snorkeled and
They're,
everything.
the newer ones are geared a lot lower, or
Yeah.
at least their claim is the gearing is better for the mud and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. After our conversation, we took off for more night riding. Now this is where the fun really began. I was getting more comfortable on the Sportsman and much more confident in traversing the trails, you know, with their mud holes and really deep ruts. So for the next hour or so, things were great. And then something happened. Something happened that would, well, ruin the rest of this weekend. And that is what we will learn in the next video, part 3.